Do you want to know why some people become wealthy while others work just as hard and never do? The answer is, money does not follow effort. Money follows value. People do not pay for effort. They pay for the value of the result. This principle explains much of how basically all economy works. The first principle of building financial abundance is simple. Money follows value. Some people begin at the wrong end. They ask, how can I make more money? It is not the right question. If the goal is to make more money, it is better to ask a different thing. A better question is then, how can I create greater value for more people? Money does not appear out of itself. It is the measure of voluntary exchanges between people. Whenever someone buys a product or a service, they are saying, what you offer is worth more to me than the money I am paying for it. A transaction takes place because both parties believe they are better off afterwards. That is one of the strengths of a free market. It does not reward effort. A free market rewards value. At first, this may seem unfair. Two people may work equally hard. One digs ditches. The other develops a medicine that improves the lives of millions. Both have worked diligently, yet the economic value of their work is not the same. The market does not primarily reward how difficult something is. It rewards how valuable the outcome is to other people. If you want to increase your income, there are therefore only two ways to do it. You can work more hours, or you can create more value per hour. The first approach has a natural ceiling. The second has no ceiling. There is another misconception. Some believe that wealth is a zero-sum game, that for one person to become rich, someone else must become poorer. That is sometimes true in societies where wealth is created through plunder, corruption, or privileges. But in a free market, wealth is usually created because new value is created. When a company develops a medicine that cures a disease, the company becomes wealthier. So do also the patients, not always in money, but in health. When an entrepreneur builds a business that saves people an hour every day, the entrepreneur becomes wealthier. So do also the customers, that receive something they value more than the price they paid. Real wealth, therefore, begins with the question, what problem can I solve? The greater the problem, the greater the value that can be created. The more people who face that problem, the larger the potential market. The better you solve the problem compared with other solutions, the greater your financial reward is likely to be. The person who wants to become wealthy should therefore not study money first. He should study people. What do people need? What do they lack? What frustrates them? What do they dream of? Where is their time being wasted? Where are unnecessary costs? Where can suffering be reduced? Every answer to these questions may become the foundation of a successful business. Musonius Rufus taught that a human life should be useful. He was not speaking about entrepreneurship, yet the principle is the same. The person who contributes the greatest benefit to others often creates the greatest value. Stoicism does not regard work as a punishment. The Stoics often spoke of every person's duty in the world. Work is regarded as a way of fulfilling one's purpose in the world. In modern economic terms, that idea can be expressed differently. Your task is to create more value than you consume. The person who spends a lifetime making the world richer through ideas, businesses, inventions, education, or leadership will often become wealthier as well. Not because he pursued money, but because money followed the value he created. Money therefore ceases to be the goal. It becomes evidence that you have created something other people appreciate. This does not mean that the market is always fair. The market is not perfect. Sometimes people who create little value are richly rewarded. Sometimes people who create immense value receive far less than they deserve. But over long periods of time, a pattern appears. Those who consistently create value for large numbers of people often own substantial wealth as a result. Value does not have to be material. A surgeon creates value. A software engineer creates value. A teacher creates value. An author creates value. An artist creates value. A lawyer who resolves a complex dispute creates value. An entrepreneur who organizes the work of thousands of people creates value. Value is anything that improves another person's life in a way they are willing to pay for or that they genuinely appreciate. People do not pay for your time. People pay for the value your time creates. Money flows towards those who improve the lives of others. True success is never something that can be pursued directly. It emerges as the natural consequence of character, virtue, and a commitment to creating value for other people.